Now I'll continue with inverse circular function solve. Now in this case, cos of sine inverse x equals to 1 by 9. What you have to calculate the value of x. Now here in this problem there are two dissimilar functions. One is cos, another is sine inverse. For this kind of functions we can use method of substitution. Now say how to use method of substitution for this kind of question. Let inverse sine inverse x equals to theta. Now then if I bring the sine over here, then x equals to this one will be sine theta. Now then cos, this entire quantity is equals to theta, so I'll consider theta is equals to 1 over 9. Now then I'll convert this cos in terms of sine formula. Cos theta is equals to, we can use this formula, under root 1 minus sine square theta is equals to 1 upon 9. Now then substitute the value of theta. Sine theta is x, so if I substitute over here, this one will be x square is equals to 1 by 9. To remove this root, now the next you have to do the squaring both the sides, so I'll write these things in a short form, squaring both sides. Then this one will be 1 minus x square is equals to, if I square this quantity also, it will be 1 square is 1, 9 square is 81. Now then I'll bring this quantity from left hand side to the right hand side. 1 minus 1 plus, or 1 minus 1 by 81 is equals to x square, or x square is equals to, I'll take 81 LCM, 81 minus 1 over 81. X square is equals to 80 over 81, or x is equals to plus minus on the root 80 over 81. Therefore x is equals to plus minus 80 means we can write 16 into 5. 81 is 9 square 81. Therefore over here the value of x is equals to plus minus on the root 16 is 4 root 5 by 9. So required answer. Now another problem, a little different. Now in previous over here it was unknown quantity. Now in this question pi by 6 is a known trigonometric angle. For this kind of questions it's a very easy question, but concept best. You have to bring cos inverse from left hand side to the right hand side. No need to use substitution. Sine of cos inverse of x is equals to cos pi by 6. Pi by 6 means cos 30 degree. The value of cos 30 is, now then I'll substitute the value of cos 30 degree. It is root 3 upon 2. Now again I'll bring this sine from left hand side to the right hand side. It will be a sine inverse. Sine inverse root 3 upon 2 is 60 degree, that is equals to pi by 3. Again bring this at cos, x is equals to cos pi by 3, and the value of cos 60 degree is 5. Now this question is important for 2 marks. Now another question, different type. Now in this question both left hand side and right hand side contain the sine inverse, so I'll use formula, direct formula method. Sine inverse x plus sine inverse y. So formula for sine inverse x plus sine inverse y is sine inverse of x on the root 1 minus y square plus y on the root 1 minus x square is equals to sine inverse on the root 1 minus x square. So next step, what I'll do is removing this to sine inverse from left to side, both the side. You cannot cancel the trigonometric function. So I'll remove sine inverse from both the side. Then what we'll get? X 1 minus. Now that I'll use formula over here. A minus b whole square formula. It is a square plus b square minus 2ab plus 1 minus x into under root 1 minus x square is equals to under root 1 minus x square. Now then, simplify this quantity. 1 square is 1. If you multiply it by 1 minus, it will be 1 minus x square plus 2x equals to, now say over here these two quantities are same, so I'll write the same quantity in a one side, like terms that you have to write in a one side. So I'll bring this quantity from left hand side to the right hand side. Will be get cancel. Within a root, first I'll write the positive quantity, then negative. Now from these two expressions, the common is under root 1 minus x square is common. If I take common, then what remain over here? 1 minus. If I take this common, then over here 1 minus x will be over here only. Then multiplied by minus, it will be 1 minus into minus plus x. 1 get cancelled, it is x only. So x on the root 2x minus x square equals to, now then I'll write this x on the root 1 minus x square. X get cancelled. To remove the root, squaring both sides. If I square both the quantities, the root will remove, then 2x minus x square is equals to 1 minus x square. X square get cancelled. Now then we have over here 2x equals to 1. Therefore the value of x is 1 over 2. Now over here also it is in terms of sine inverse pi by x plus sine inverse 12 over by x equals to pi by 2. But in this question we are not going to use direct formula, sine inverse x plus sine inverse. If I use direct formula, this numerical will be complicated. But I already told you that in previous videos, if the right hand side is pi by 2, then always try to use the property of inverse trigonometry. So I'll use property. I'll bring one quantity from left hand side to the right hand side, any one of the quantity that you have to bring. Sine inverse 12 over x equals to, I'll write pi by 2 minus sine inverse 5 by x. Now in this case I'll use this property. It's a property. Since sine inverse x plus cos inverse x equals to pi by 2, then therefore cos inverse x equals to pi by 2 minus sine inverse x. Pi by 2 minus sine inverse x is cos inverse x. Then if I use this property over here, then sine inverse of 12 over x, pi by 2 minus sine inverse 5 by x means directly you can write cos inverse 5 by x. Pi by 2 minus sine inverse x is cos inverse x. Similarly, pi by 2 minus sine inverse 5 by x is 5 by cos inverse 5 by x. Now next, I'll bring this quantity over here. 12 over x equals to sine of cos inverse 5 by x. Now we have two dissimilar functions. Two dissimilar functions means substitutions that you have to use. I'll use substitution over here. Let cos inverse 5 by x equals to theta, then 5 by x equals to cos theta. sine of, I've already considered cos inverse pi by x is theta, so in place of this function I'll write theta. Next I'll convert this sine in terms of cos. Sine in terms of cos means under root 1 minus cos square theta. Now then substitute the value of cos. Now what is cos theta over here? Cos theta is equals to 5 by x. If you substitute over here that 5 by x whole square, 5 square is 25 over x square. Now then next, to remove the root, squaring both sides. If you square both the quantities, then 12 square is 144 by x square equals to, if you square the right hand side quantity, the root and square get cancelled. It will be 1 minus 25 over x square. Next I'll write the like terms in a one side. Like terms means these two quantities are the like terms. It will be plus 25 over x square equals to 1. Then I'll take x square LCM, which is 144 plus 25 equals to 1. By cross multiplication, it is x square is equals to 144 plus 25, 169. Therefore, x is equals to plus minus on the root 169 is 13. The value of x is 13, plus minus 13. Now again, this is in terms of sine inverse x plus sine inverse y equals to pi by 3. In previous sum it was pi by 2. If the right hand side is pi by 2, then you have to use property of the inverse trigonometry. If it is pi by 3, pi by 4, the method will be different. Now say for pi by 3, pi by 4 and pi by 6, what you have to do? You have to bring one quantity from left hand side to the right hand side. So I'll keep the sine inverse to x over on the left hand side, then I'll bring sine inverse x. Then next I'll bring the sine inverse from left hand side to the right hand side. 2x is equals to sine of pi by 3 minus sine inverse x. Now it is in terms of formula. You did these things in class 11, trigonometry, compound angle, sine a minus b. Formula of sine a minus b is sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. This formula I'm going to use if the right hand side is pi by 4, pi by 3 and pi by 6. Sine a minus b. A is pi by 3, b is sine inverse x. So I'll use formula. Sine a minus b. Sine a cos b is sine inverse x minus cos a sine b. Sine of sine inverse x. What I did over here? Sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. Sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. Now say over here in this case, these two are the trigonometric known angle. We can directly substitute the value. But these two quantities are two dissimilar functions. In case of dissimilar functions, what you have to do is let sine inverse x equals to theta, then x equals to sine theta. This concept I've already used in previous sums. 2x pi over 3 means sine 60 degree, and the value of sine 60 is root 3 upon 2. Sine inverse x is theta, means it will be cos theta minus, this is cos 60 degree, it will be half. Now next is the properties. Sine of sine inverse x is x. Now then I'll write the like terms. These two terms are the like terms. I'll write in a one side 2x. If I bring this quantity over here, then x by 2 is equals to root 3 upon 2. Next you have to convert this cos in terms of sine. Cos means under root 1 minus sine square theta. Now then take 2 LCM. 2 to the 4. 4x plus x is, it will be 5x over 2. Root 3 upon 2. On the root 1 minus. Now sin theta is equals to x. I'll substitute over here. It will be x square. Root 2 get cancelled. To remove this root, what you have to do is squaring both sides. If you square these two quantities, 5x whole square is 25 x square equals to root 3 square is 3 into 1 minus x square. 25x square is equals to 3 minus 3x square. Like terms on one side again, plus 3x square equals to 3. 25 plus 3 is 28. X square is equals to 3. Then x square is equals to 3 over 28. Then x is equals to plus minus on the root 3 by 28. Now I'll simplify these things. Root quantity on the root 3 over 28 means we can write 4 into 7. Therefore, the value of x, proper answer, under root 4 is 2 under root 3 by 7 is the required answer. Now the next question, it looks like very complicated. It's look like complicated questions only, but this one is very easy. Okay, now say we're not going to use the formula sin inverse x, cos inverse x, whatever. Direct formula. Now say we know about these things. The 2 tan inverse x we can convert in terms of sin inverse, in terms of cos inverse, and in terms of tan inverse. Now this whole quantity 3 sin inverse 2x over 1 plus x square is direct formula 2 tan inverse x minus 5. Again, cos inverse 1 minus x square 1 plus x square is also 2 tan inverse x plus 4. Tan inverse 2x over 1 minus x square is also 2 tan inverse x. So 2 tan inverse x we can convert in terms of sin inverse, cos inverse, and tan inverse. These are the formulas. Okay. Now next is 3 2s are 6 tan inverse x minus 10 tan inverse x plus 8 tan inverse x equals to 2 pi by 3. Now then, addition and subtractions that you have to do. 8 plus 6, it is 14. 14 tan inverse x minus 10 tan inverse x equals to 2 pi by 3. 14 minus 10 is 4. Tan inverse x equals to 2 pi by 3. 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4. Now it is 2 tan inverse x equals to pi by 3. And tan inverse x equals to, I'll bring this 2 over here, pi by 6. Then x equals to tan pi by 6, and the value of tan pi by 6 is 30 degree. Now what is the value of tan 30 degree? 1 by root 3 is the required answer. Now with this numerical, the inverse trigonometry, the concept of inverse trigonometry is over. Now from next video I'll start derivative, that is a calculus, and that is very important for physics and chemistry. The concept is very important. With inverse trigonometry, next class or the next video will be a derivative, and after the derivative I am not going to do application of derivative directly. I'll start integral calculus, and if you are a science student, you should have a very good concept about inverse, derivative, and integral calculus. Thank you.